Okay, I say we call the meeting to order. First part of business tonight is to say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, and Mark, did you do the oath of office?
No, do you have a copy of it?
I do, right here.
Okay, I'd like to read through it.
Well, you cannot participate without that being filled in.
Well, just, I've taken...
No, you can't. You're not a
Pardon me?
member of the park board until you've signed into the oath of office.
I'm not
That's
sure...
why I brought it to you.
No,
That's why I
we're sure
brought
that's
it.
what we've been told by the
Okay.
city, is that the oath of office needs to be filled out
Okay.
before you participate.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I filled this out 8 years ago when I joined the park board.
You were on the park board 8 years ago? Because when I started coming,
Or
you weren't on the park board 8 years ago.
6 years ago. Yeah, I've been on the park board since 2016. Well, I worked for
You're
the
not
park
in,
board.
you're not in the file.
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
yeah, so it's either you have to sign it or you're
Sure.
not gonna participate.
Yeah. And
Well,
tonight,
can I read it?
well, of course.
Yeah, I think so.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, additions to the agenda. I have two. One is the splash pad. I have some preliminary on that. And
Yeah.
two is member appointments, and that's giving us each an in-charge project.
Okay.
And then I think at the last meeting, Judy, they read them at the last meeting, like taking the oath. Is that
Well,
correct?
I was
Yeah.
here at the last meeting and it wasn't given to me.
Yeah, and I think it was overlooked.
It was overlooked because I thought you'd done it, and you hadn't.
Hmm.
You said you would.
Yeah, and then,
So, like at the last meeting, Judy and Kelly, or whichever September meeting, they read them. So Judy, does he need to read it, or is it just sign it?
Yeah, it has to be notarized. He has to sign it for a notary. He can take it and have it signed by a notary, which, Chelsea could do that probably.
okay, so I have a question then.
Sure.
When the August meeting, where you had the election,
Yeah,
I think
We
that
all
was
signed.
September.
yeah,
September.
but none of those were official if they weren't,
Yeah, was there a notary there that night?
we all
too?
signed
Notary.
that night.
Yeah, but they weren't notarized.
I don't think we got them notarized, did we, at that time? Because in June we did
You
notarize.
did, you
Okay.
did.
No, no.
Well, I knew I signed,
but
but
Judy, he's asking, so when you and Kelly signed it the night of that one meeting, you guys just read them out loud.
No, Kelly was already approved too. She'd already signed. Both,
No, Brock and I had already
oh,
signed
Brock
from
and
the
you,
prior
so was
meeting.
Kelly and I that didn't. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, I
but you
think,
guys conducted business
Mhm.
without them being notarized.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, so I think they just read it out loud.
Sure.
The oath of office is what they did last time.
Yep,
All right. Would you like me to read it out loud?
sure.
Okay. I, Mark
I
Lowell.
think you have to stand up, Mark.
Sure.
Keep your head off. This is kind of serious.
Oh, well, I was on a federal grand jury 40 years ago to this year, so I've taken the oath of office for the Constitution of the United States before, so. I, Mark Lowell, of the state Washburn, North Dakota, I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of North Dakota, and I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Park Board member according to the best of my ability, so help me God, under pains and penalty of perjury. Mark Lowe.
Okay.
Oh, I'll get it notarized. No
All right.
problem. Thank you. Thanks for bringing that to my attention. Yeah, like I said, 40 years ago, to this day, I was on a
Are there any other additions to the?
federal grand jury for a year and a half.
Are there additions to the meetings, the minutes?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I would like to, there's, it was very well done, but there was a couple things that were left out, I think by mistake.
Or they weren't of importance to put in, I'm guessing.
Well, yeah,
What
that's
are you talking about?
the minutes.
Well, don't we go over that when we,
We're not at the minutes.
Well, I thought, oh, I'm sorry, that's what I thought
That's
you
not in
stated.
addition to the agenda, that's the minutes.
Oh, you're on the agenda yet, sorry.
I'm asking if there's any additions.
I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about the minutes.
Okay. Okay, now,
Um,
to approve the October 11th minutes.
I have no additions to the agenda.
okay.
Oh, I do, I'm sorry. Can I back up 1 second? Judy's letter to, Vogel Law, I would like to add that to the minutes.
How long is it gonna take?
Well, I guess you can explain it, and then it's your letter, so.
Okay. All right. Approve October 11th meeting minutes.
Okay, I have a question. Okay, everything looks good to the point where when on the second page, under the highlighted line, says Mark asked for a question. That's more or less correct, but I asked Judy that she
No,
needs,
I took it specifically from
I-
the audio.
okay, that's fine.
You paused to say, I have a question.
Well, okay. So anyways,
Where is this at?
on
In
this
the
right
second
here.
page.
On the second page.
So anyways, I just want to add to that Judy, rejected my appeal.
Rejected your appeal. What are you talking about, Mark?
Yeah,
What appeal?
the appeal,
You passed those papers on to me.
You passed the
I-
paper to me and said, I'm suing you. And I passed them back. That's exactly your words. I passed them
I'm
back
not
and said, Mark, this is not park board business.
there
And
was
went on from there.
there's no verbiage about suing anyone.
Well, we've got it on record.
Well, I know that.
You told me under your breath, you handed them to me and said that.
No, I
And I
said
handed them
Judy.
back and said, I still don't know what they're about. What are they about?
Well, that's part of the issue. It's not in the minutes. I tried to,
I did. I put you were appealing a hearing for being removed as park board president.
right, I just felt the century code should be added.
Oh, you just want me to put what you,
Yes,
sure. I
that's
can-
all I'm asking.
Yeah, I can add that in.
That there should have been a little bit more detail about the appeal and what it's about.
Well, I think it's pretty specific. You're requesting a hearing for being removed as park board president.
Yeah.
And the part where the property for park board, I mean,
But that's where the
You just want the
century
century
code
code.
should be
yep,
put in.
I can add that.
Okay, that's all I'm asking.
Mhm, yep. I
That
can-
way, if somebody looks at it, there's a reference. Because if you weren't there, you wouldn't know what it's about.
But century code was never brought up. Why are we adding it to something?
Well, it's
We're
It was in the
never said-
paperwork.
in his paper appeal that he gave to the city.
Right.
Did you specify?
Where is that appeal? I've never seen it.
I tried to give it to you, but you refused to take
No,
it.
and
You told me I am suing you and handed me paperwork. I handed it back and said, Mark, this isn't park board.
and it's fine. You passed it on to me.
Sure.
I will add those codes that were on your
Yeah.
paper.
Okay. No, I asked you to pass them down to Lynette for
Yes, I took them and I
for
will,
record keeping.
I will add that in.
Okay,
That's fine.
let's move on. So, we don't have to add anything, we've done it?
That's
do
all
we
I have.
do we
Can
have
we
to
approve the minutes has put changes to,
approve pending
pending
additional-
changes?
Yeah, so I'll move to approve the October 11th meeting minutes pending, well, not, all, with additions of Century Code.
I'll second that.
Financial report.
Oh, we have to
Oh.
vote?
Oh, yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept the.
No, we have to vote on the meeting minutes.
Yeah.
I already moved to do a new second.
Oh, okay.
Judy
Oh,
needs
I'm
to-
sorry.
Okay,
Aye.
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 Motion passed. We have, one thing we have to, I just am gonna quickly pass around, but we have a claimant for Carly Smith. She's claiming, unemployment benefits. She must qualify, or I don't think they would have. And the claim is $1,169.38. And Paul said, you're gonna pay it, you're probably just gonna pay it.
So how do we check into?
We just give it back and Paul will send it in.
Would we call in and ask the question to the department to make sure that she qualifies before we make?
Well,
any-
she wouldn't have they wouldn't have sent the letter if she hadn't qualified.
But I think they have to show you the paperwork that was filled out to make sure that, everything was, the
Okay.
hours and everything. I don't know what the
Yeah, I don't
statute
know.
is.
This is the first time this has ever happened.
Right, that's what I
Alright.
mean. I think we should,
Check
Not-
into it?
I think, yeah, but before we
Look
just kind of
into it.
check for it, I mean, we should probably just look into that. Not saying that she's not due
Right.
employment, but I mean, it's kind of odd for, like I said, part-time
Okay,
employment.
Yeah.
I will take care of that, and then I'll
Okay.
give it to Paul with what
Yeah,
they say.
or let us know what
Yeah.
they say maybe before.
I'll make a motion that Judy will look into it and find out to make sure what the statute says.
I'll second that.
I questioned it already, because, oh my God, it's just summer work. But,
Yeah, we've never had somebody apply for unemployment before, so I think we should do our due diligence to make sure that she qualifies.
And that's something we have to pay?
yeah,
'Cause, I mean, it's known that the pool is only open till the
I sure
first
do.
part
you
of
know, I
August.
don't know,
3
I
months.
mean, I am gonna check into it,
Yeah.
because we open in May and we close in August, and I believe they have to have 6 months employment behind them before they can collect it.
They've got to have so many quarters.
So many quarters, yeah, I agree.
I mean,
But what I'm wondering is
And
if
did we
it doesn't fit in that she also has lost her job at the mine or at the power plant, and so she's collecting consecutive quarters. But they are in the mix also.
Okay, and we do need to vote on the,
May I see that too?
Mark motion to have Judy look into the unemployment, Brock second, so we need a.
Okay.
Can I
all
see
right.
that, can I see that
Yeah,
paperwork?
this-
Yeah,
we can
yeah, the
discuss,
letter,
yeah. And when did that show up, just? There it is, it's right, yeah.
too many white papers. Okay, let's take a vote on the change.
You're gonna look into the,
Oh, and,
Yeah.
yep, I sure will. Okay, Brock?
Yep.
I'm gonna look into
Oh.
the unemployment. Are you for that?
Yes.
Okay,
Aye.
aye.
okay. All right.
And then.
Now,
So financial report,
I'm still working on it.
and, oh, you're still looking?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Here is our NDIRF, that's our park insurance. And here is the park district from Farmers Union. And, our Farmers Union is $35.87.
That's the premium?
Uh-huh.
Thank you.
And it's an annual premium.
And is that due soon? Or is that like a
On
bill?
the
based on-
12th of,
Oh, okay, because that'll be about the middle. Okay.
that was due on the 12th, yeah.
Because I think that, yeah, that was last year, it was like October 11th or 12th,
Yeah,
that sounds right.
yeah.
Okay.
And we had a little addition because we did a little over-insuring on the equipment that, for Chris, so it was
Oh.
covered. So we didn't have that liability.
And you said October 11th or
Mhm.
12th? October
And
11th?
Our contribution to NDIRF
Well-
is $28.13. Does anybody want to look at it?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, can you say that again, our contribution?
Our, yes, is $28.13, $2,813
Okay, so the 3587
is for our Farmers Union.
Farmers Union,
Mhm.
okay. And then the contribution to the NDRIF,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
IRF.
Okay.
North Dakota Insurance Reserve Fund.
And
And
when,
it's for personal injury and property liability.
and is that got a due date?
It does from 10/12 to 10/12.
Okay, it's due 10/12, okay.
Mhm. I have another paper here, right here, that every member has to sign. Look at it, it's the expenditures for the last month, and you look at them so that you can approve them. We're taking signature on it so that we know what's happened in a month. It's for our protection.
That's good. Thank you.
Okay. Are there any other questions? He sent the reports showing what we've done. I took 2 boxes of caulking and put them in my basement, and I took the new scrubber and put it there too, so that they're not in the weather.
We should, that power washer, that should be put away as well.
So it's still out there?
It's still in the
And
the
gas
bill.
around it.
Yeah. We should run some RV antifreeze through the pump just to make sure there's no water in it.
Well, should I take it home too? Okay, I'll go get that. I need, I need a key to the pool because, Wagon Wheel is gonna get the stuff, they're getting the stuff for our, counter. The cupboards and the counter. And all it amounts to is bottom cupboards and a piece of counter. They do not have scratched up, but they gave me a better deal than they have. It's not on paper yet, but they gave me a better deal than Menards. Is there any other question on the
Financials?
financials? Yep.
I'll make a motion to approve the financial statement.
I'll second it.
Okay. We'll move on to Weber Snow Removal. Jenny Weber called me and asked,
Vote on the financials.
Oh, yeah.
yep. Rock, yea or nay for the financials?
Yay.
Aye.
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 Okay. Okay. Weber Snow Removal, Jenny called me about piling snow onto our park area because they used it, they asked last year and we told them yes and they used it. I told them I would bring it to this meeting. If there's a lot of snow, they need some place to put it.
Yeah.
If we don't have a lot of snow this winter, it's kind of a moot point.
Where did they put it last year?
They, you know what, right at the very bottom of the grass, right opposite
Just- yeah,
the
just over
hardware
those curb
store
stops.
and towards, they moved it towards the park instead of, they cleared it from the hardware store. So it was kind of
Yeah.
all pushed that one way.
I have a question for Chris.
In the pool park?
Yeah?
Chris, we didn't have an issue last year with that snow piled up.
No.
Then I'll make a motion that we
Okay.
allow the Webers to put
Okay.
snow again. Because then, they did state last year, if there got to be too much, then they would haul it out.
Haul it out, and they probably did, because good God, we had snow last year.
Yeah.
But when it snows, and that's the downtown area, they
Yeah.
get out there, they have to be out and get it cleared quick.
Was that the issue they had last year with the city and stuff?
Yep,
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm.
yep,
Yep. Well, see, they clean out the snow for the, post office and then for the hardware store,
Yeah.
so they,
and actually they do, they haul too.
and I think on weekends, then they haul it away, but when there's a storm, they need a place to put it right
Yeah.
away.
Okay, and so just, you started to say allow Weber's to move snow into the pool park area, was that just?
Yeah,
where you-
yeah.
Just like that? Okay, and then I'll second that,
Okay,
Okay.
okay. And I will call Jenny,
and then, vote.
oh, Brock.
Aye.
Aye.
Judy, aye,
Aye.
okay. Okay, Parks and Rec, the softball
For
field.
the sprinklers, did that go okay?
Yep,
Oh,
well, Chris has done it all.
That was a
Yep.
long time ago.
Perfect, it went okay?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Were you able to get that rock out of the
No,
water spigot? No? Okay.
I think it's fine, because they all peel water out fine, so I don't know if it's gonna matter.
Okay.
But, yeah, the sprinklers, the sprinkler heads weren't cheap either, so going forward, I don't even know if Menards is gonna carry them again. I had to go all the way to Brendel's.
You did, huh?
On service, yep, and they're phasing out, they say these things are phasing out fast, so I don't know if we shouldn't in the spring buy some backups, because they're brand new Falcons, they're not,
You know what, if you can remember that, think about that,
well, I'll
because,
remember it, I mean,
yeah,
just 'cause it's something that's gonna happen eventually, because after putting those in, when I popped all the heads to make sure they worked, I went around, some of the heads are knocked off, but they're still sprinkling, but they're gonna get crap in them, and
Yeah.
they may,
Is there a reason why they're phasing them out then, or is it just coming?
nobody's doing it anymore, there's no money in it no more. So, and they were $45 a piece,
okay.
so that's
So,
on the cheap end.
is that somewhere like, we'd have to go out of state to get them?
I'm just gonna
They're
tell you,
online,
Oh,
but
okay.
the whole thing is online, these are a special one, because I handed them ours, they have a 1-inch, screw-on thing.
Right.
Most of them, we could go and change them out to 3/4, and then we'd be fine,
Oh,
where the
yeah,
sprinkler head screws into the water line,
yeah.
we've got 1 inch, and the standard is 3/4.
Oh,
So we'd have to go through and pull all the sprinkler heads, dig them up, pull the sprinkler heads out, change the pipe out,
okay.
Yeah.
but
So you just-
You wanna go
going
ahead
forward,
and get a stock open then, I guess?
well, I mean, should think that way, it's easy right now to fix them, I mean.
Well, do you want, like, put that on the February or March agenda?
You guys can.
or if you wanna buy them now, what difference does it make if we store them
I
away?
mean, I don't, don't think we gotta spend a lot of money this winter, we're spending money on a piece of equipment that's sitting in the shop over here. I mean, I haven't used it a whole lot yet, because I don't have any chips.
I
Well,
have
and
a-
that's where I think it
Well,
should
I mean,
go,
we'll talk about that
yeah,
when we get there.
it
Okay.
should probably go.
But yeah, I
back.
don't, I just want, you know, the
Okay.
softball field's done, winterized, done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I have-
the pipeline, he fixed the pipe, so
Yep.
it's not gonna
It's
leak,
done.
it's all done,
Yep.
yeah.
So, okay, in 4 years, we've replaced 4 sprinkler heads. So what happens is when they use the drag, if they drag that out into the outfield, if they catch one of those sprinkler heads, it breaks it. So that's
Well,
where
it's not
they,
only- It's not only that too, it's with the lawn mowers and stuff.
yeah, that's true.
But it's just, I mean, it's just a black cap on top where I
Yep.
go in and adjust where it goes, they're starting to peel some of them off.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, I just don't wanna get to a point where we can't get any sprinkler heads, we gotta go tear everyone out and change the fittings.
Right.
yeah, well,
and
why
how-
don't
So,
you
guys wanna
get
put it
whatever
on-
you need to
If you wanna
get?
put it on a February or whatever.
No,
or
get it now. I don't even,
I know back down, if I'm down at Brendel's, I'll go see
Yeah.
what they've got.
we'll just store them until he need, you know, 'cause if it comes spring and somebody else has the same plan, we might not get any.
Well, and come spring, if I didn't blow the lines out good enough, it may break, so I don't know.
Yeah. Okay,
Well, should we make a
yeah,
motion?
I make a motion that we tell Chris to take care of the sprinkler heads, buy him one. Buy him,
So, how many would you want us to buy, do you think, to have as that?
I would buy 6.
Probably all of
That would cover
I
a
would
number
take-
of
I
years.
would buy 5, just put on 5, we'll buy 5 to start with,
Okay,
Yeah, 5.
that's, you know, and I'll run down to Brendel's and see what he's got, and
Because how much, were they like $30 a piece?
these were 45,
Oh,
these
that's,
are Falcons.
yeah.
okay. All in favor of,
oh, was there a second? I'll second.
all in favor of Chris buying the sprinkler heads in advance?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, purchase of wood chips. Somehow, we have no wood chips.
Well, I've called, so I
Yeah.
called after the meeting, again on Thursday or Friday, I called and left a message and said, please call me back. I need to know either way, are you going to haul for us, are you not? And then the son did finally call me back and said, yes, you are on our list, but he could not give me a timeline, and he could not give me a quote. So he said, last year for hauling for $625, he said, you must have said there was something in taxes, that it couldn't be much more than that, and I don't know if they gave us some sort of deal.
No, they just, we paid it, so the hauling was separate from,
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah, 'cause
chips,
you
and
pay
then.
the city of
then-
Bismarck.
Right, and then Kugler, so each one,
Was separate, yep. But I
Was
mean,
separate.
their thing was $625, which I contacted, I quick talked to Chris Trespuck's wife, and she said they have a guy who contracts for him. He charges $500 an hour.
yeah.
So that's where I
They-
don't know if he's not, if we're not high on his list, or if they're just that busy.
But you were talking to that person that does
Back-
our hauling.
The
Did
father
you
and
tell
the
them
son.
not to
Yeah.
send us chips?
No,
And that, you started back a while. Did they give you a timeline when you originally talked to them?
no, but,
No?
Do you know you've never communicated that to us?
well, I was taking care of it, because that's, in our July meeting, I was gonna
Right, but
look
then
into
you
it.
sent us an email saying the wood chips are there, somebody needs to.
I was on vacation in California, so I wasn't here to do any of the.
Okay, and, great. So, but,
So, okay, can I speak?
well, yeah, go ahead, let's
So,
move on.
okay, they charge us a little over $125 per load.
Okay.
We didn't know what the cost was gonna be until we got the bill.
Oh.
Because we got, I wanna say, 5 loads?
5 loads.
Right,
It was
last year?
5 loads
Right.
and it was
So,
$625.
and that's what it came out to be. 5 loads was like 600 and some, I thought it was outstanding.
Well,
I was assuming it was gonna be $200, and then, for, Kugler, he charged us $100 an hour for the use of his skid steer, and he was the operator, which I thought that was more than fair. And then whatever, and then
The
I
wood
think
chips
the
were
bill at
$300.
the Bismarck dump was only like, what,
300.
300, right?
It's $300.
So, yeah,
Well, it's just,
That's how.
Okay, well, it
So
didn't
anyway,
happen.
so in July, I contacted Randy, and he says, I'll keep checking. So he would call me about every 2 weeks, and he'd say, there's no chips yet, there's no chips yet. He finally called me when I was in California. Well, I wasn't here so I put out that message, hey, if somebody could look into it, and
right, but it was kind of difficult because you didn't give us any information about who it was. I had to contact Paul finally to get the
Paul,
information about who hauled and their number. I asked you through text and through email who did the hauling, and you would not give me any of that information. So,
It was like, yeah, there's somebody to
so,
haul, but
So-
who is it?
okay.
if he didn't give you a timeline, that's where I'm like, I don't
He
know if
never
I
gave me a
contact
timeline.
somebody else to see if they have a sooner timeline. If it's
Yeah.
gonna be nice, I might check with Kendra and just see if they can give us because she said something about maybe Chris could come up with an hourly rate for this guy that they contract with. So, just to see what they would say. But,
Okay.
but Mike Coontz couldn't give me an estimate either. He wouldn't
Yeah.
say what it would cost. He said something about, he didn't know what things would weigh, but probably not that much with the wood chips not being that heavy.
each one of those big trucks, hold 2 tons, so it's 4,000 pounds.
Okay. And I think they charge $13.33 a ton for a ton of wood
Yeah.
chips.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, I'm still waiting to hear back from him, so I'm assuming the skid steer can go back till we hear from them, because I mean, he's not called me back, and that's been 3 weeks, so.
Well, that's fine,
Unless
we're paying the bill, so it doesn't matter.
Do you have something you can
go
do,
back.
or do you have stuff you can get done with it while we're waiting?
You know, Chris,
No.
we're gonna have a nice week coming up.
I know we are,
Can you use it?
yeah, I got
Then
stuff to
just
do, yeah.
use it.
Well, yeah,
But I'm
if you,
just saying, if the wood chips aren't coming when I finish it, they can go back.
yeah,
Yeah.
maybe just contact me when you're done, and I mean, I'll contact as soon as they
Could be done
contact
as
me.
early as Friday.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
As soon as I'm short kids, I'll be back in it, and then I don't have a lot left to do with it.
Okay, well,
So
I'll
moving
maybe,
forward, who's gonna be contacting for the chips again?
well,
hauling?
Mike said he was gonna contact me
Okay.
back at this point, so,
Alright.
and maybe I'll drop him a text, just say, if you have a timeline, that'd be
Okay.
great.
Oh, and Taylor called me and showed up at the store, because we didn't sign the rental agreement,
Oh,
so I signed it.
okay.
And just wrote my name on it, I had written my name on it.
They never had me sign one.
Yeah,
Okay.
he seems kinda like he's kinda new at this,
Yeah,
or they threw him to the fire.
yeah, but I wouldn't do that to him,
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I said, no, he said, I gotta come, I said, come on, so I
Okay.
signed it.
Yeah, thank you.
Is it worthwhile if we don't get any, contact for that hauling company, go somewhere else, or?
Yeah, we will go
follow-
somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know of people, or if people at work know of people, I mean,
I'll throw some
That's right.
feelers around, just kinda get an idea, and we'll see how
Yep,
we're this.
yep, and I think there's maybe some other companies that do landscaping, that if they don't have any snow and they don't have any landscaping, we might be able to get somebody tomorrow.
yeah,
You
and
know.
I'll call the dump tomorrow. We're not in school, so I'll have time. I'll call the dump to see if they still have
Okay.
the twice grounds.
I'm gonna call.
Randy, the one time I did get a hold of him, said, oh, well, I don't know if they're gonna have chips anymore. So,
Yeah. And we need the double
twice ground
twice ground,
from the
Chips.
Bismarck, yep.
and that was what was
Yeah,
specified last year when
Yep.
the guy came from
Yep,
the,
Randy said, he goes, you don't want the single ground ones.
Right,
He said
right,
they're
no, we
terrible,
don't.
they're dirty, they're gross.
yep,
Yeah, he said we want this twice ground. And I'm pretty sure the receipt that Paul sent us said that they were twice ground.
yep, yep. Okay. The culvert at Hidden Park, update.
Is there an update, or?
That's gotta go to the city. And then again, it's gotta go to Dave Pyer, that's his land.
Oh, it's Dave
That's
Pyer's
Dave Pyer,
land?
and the city's gotta,
Well, is that hedge on our property? You know what I
it's
mean?
on our property, but the road ain't.
Well, we're talking from the ditch. There's gotta be a part that, where the.
We're not gonna open that up 14 feet. We'll pull some branches back, but
Oh, no,
that's
we
called
talking about-
Hidden
he's
Park.
talking the culvert.
No, we're talking the culvert.
The culvert, yeah, we're not
Oh.
opening up the hedge anymore, it's plenty wide enough. But
Okay.
that's gotta I'd start with the city, see what they say, and then I'd say Dave Pyre owns the cut trailer court, we may have to get in contact with him.
Okay,
Then you gotta get in contact with Chris Chespick to dig it. And he's still busy.
okay. And is it our responsibility ultimately?
Ultimately, no, it's a road,
Okay, so that's city.
pretty much,
Okay, great.
so they say.
Okay,
They say they're in the road business and we're in the park business, so.
okay, good, okay. The pool,
Yeah, I didn't know if there was any update, like if the school had contacted anybody about the stalls. I just put it on there just to
Yep.
see if there was
Yep.
any update.
I have, you know, I like this. It says North Dakota, the rush hour commute. It's not a Anyway, I've been working with Associated Pools, and you know what? Sometimes you work with Cadillac people, and I swear, they are just, that gentleman that owns that, the people that came and worked on the pool, they were just excellent. So, anyway, the story is, a splash pad is $300,000 at least.
Oh.
I told him that we're just in the first stages of deciding what we were gonna do. And that he just gave me some old plans from other places. I explained to him that we didn't have the kiddie pool anymore, and he sent me right here.
How large would it,
You know what,
oh, so even without knowing the size, it would still be 300,000?
Did he send you a drawing?
He did. He sent me a suggestion for our kiddie pool in making it a walk-in kiddie pool, meaning you build up the
Oh,
cement
zero
on one
entry.
side, and there's a little fountain at the end of it.
That would be nice. I mean, you just have to, like you were talking, move the swings and then, I mean, I know back when Tana Larson was on the park board, the times I was coming during softball season, she was really pushing for, like, we need a brand new pool, like, and I mean, the quotes and stuff made it sound like what we'd get would be significantly smaller than what we have, but a zero entry for the baby pool, that would be,
I just looked at that and thought, yeah,
Can I see that, Judy?
he can, and I think that there's a little town that this came from, the picture did, because they did it
so
somewhere.
did he give you, is that still a $300,000 job?
Oh, no.
No?
No.
Okay.
Crazy.
No. The total budget on this was $16,000.
Oh.
Wow, that's significantly better than we keep the baby pool.
It has floor bubblers, a dewdrop, that's the umbrella, and a lemon drop. Actually, it comes in all together, that's only one part of it. The total on that one is $372,000. And there are some deductions that will probably
wait.
come, because he says demolition of the existing waiting pool decks and fence removal at Washburn, and they'll take off $15,000
Oh, okay,
if we
wait.
do that. Absolutely, well, I'll rip that fence out.
Okay, so the 372,000, that's with, what, okay, so what is converting,
Well, if you look, they've made our pool quite a bit longer, but see, all the plumbing is there.
okay, but, so that's for the splash pad or the zero entry? of
Zero
space?
entry.
That's still as much as the splash pad though, the 300,
What happened to the 16,000 one then?
That was just the
oh, that's phase one design.
phase one design.
Oh,
Okay, concept attached.
But it's saying,
wading pool mechanical, water features. Okay, so that's a crazy amount for just a zero, like, okay. So it's 372,000
Yep.
for a zero entry to the baby pool. Yeah, so I think we just fixed the baby pool.
Recirculating pumps a lot cheaper.
Well, you know what though? I think we should talk with them.
But are we gonna get charged $16,000 to talk, cause that's up there, like the,
Engineering fee.
well, or what did this say right here?
Schedule.
So it says, proposed work schedule, phase 1 design, park board exploratory meeting with presentation of proposal, conceptual design, selection of spray water features, 50% design drawing development, attached for owner review, 100% final drawings, owner approval, includes 1 trip to Washburn for design meeting, and that's just $16,000.
I have a question. Okay, when Tana was on the park board and they did the drawings for an update, that cost the park board $10,000 for just that drawing,
So
just for the engineering part of it. So prices have gone up, so now this is,
Yeah, and I mean, what was the circulatory
Yeah, but
pool
this-
for the baby?
wait a minute.
All of the circulatory pump on the pool was what?
Let me just tell you what you're gonna
for
end
that
up
small
with.
pump?
The pool will be 14
You said
feet
that.
wide and 60 feet
No,
long.
it was,
You're the one that checked on it.
was 500.
No, I'm thinking, more.
Yeah. Yeah, the motor and the pump,
No, I lied. 16 feet wide and 40 feet long.
Okay,
It's pretty far out there, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But that would be a splash pad.
Yeah, I don't know, that
That's still
seems
pretty
like a
pricey.
lot of money for something not very consequential.
That's a lot of money for something you can only use 5 months a year.
No, that's the other thing. Let's think about this. If the weather warms up, we can turn it on in April. And we can leave it on through September because we don't have to have a lifeguard.
oh, the only thing is your water source is the big pool.
And somebody's gotta be checking the chemicals, right?
Yeah.
'Cause-
You'd have to have a full-time person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the big pool would have to be in
Yeah, I would say-
I
operation.
don't know that. I don't think you have liability issues if somebody slips because they don't, mine has flash pads
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah,
But, yeah, and so it's kinda like, it'll be, yeah,
You'd have to come up with a separate water system.
that would be significantly probably addition
Yeah.
to that.
why would we have to have a second water system?
If you wanted to have it separate from the pool so
You'd
that
have
Big
to
nobody.
pull, you'd have to pull city water. Something that ain't chlorinated.
Yeah.
You don't, it doesn't need to be chlorinated, it's gonna be a splash pad.
Mhm.
How
You'd
does,
have-
well,
you'd
how
have
does
to-
How
that
big
work
a
with the
deal would
little
that
bit of-
be to change one line
You'd have-
so that
you'd
it's
have
not
to put
chlorinated
pumps
into
and
the
stuff
city
in
water?
For pressure and all that. That's all the stuff, you know.
It's gonna take some research to look into this a little bit.
Yeah, I agree, and I just, and this is what I asked him. I said to him, I know it's gonna be expensive, and so, and he said, I can't do it for you, I don't know what day, but then couple of days, and he sent me some, things, and I've looked into splash pads, and they're just
They're expensive.
400,000 to begin with. They're just, anyway, when I saw this, where is the
Oh,
picture?
here it is.
I just thought, oh, that would work. And this is a lemon, and it squirts, and this comes out like an umbrella. And the kids can walk down into it and walk out of it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have a lifeguard on duty, so.
Well, I think it's something we need to look more into, because for the amount versus just fixing the pump, which is significantly less.
Yep.
I mean,
See, $500 or $5,000?
I thought at one time, Mark looked at it, they said 5,000, but that was a long time ago.
Oh, could have been what, maybe
That'd be
with
circulator pump on the,
installing it and doing the
Yeah.
whole,
I thought that's what you.
that's possible. I think now that I think the pump, the motor and the pump was about 3,000, and you could probably put another $1,000 plus for install. because you're gonna have to get an electrician and you're gonna have to get a associated for it, so. Thanks, Chris, for your input.
Well, I thought it was, I know it's a huge amount, huge.
I think it's something you need to punch out to the public too,
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
see how much public feedback you get back from it.
yeah.
I think it's a swell idea, I think just that cost is gonna be a huge bite. I mean, it's just,
And these were some pictures from Lakota. And they have a pretty fancy splash pad.
And they probably have oil money too.
Well, I think Lakota, isn't that up north and
Mhm.
east, so that's
Yeah,
not, that's not oil.
That's, not oil, but that's tribe money.
Reservation?
it's reservoir.
That's
Yeah.
probably- yeah.
That's tribe money.
Boy, he sent me a lot of those.
Well, maybe it's already 6 o'clock if we keep moving.
Okay, yep. Okay,
Maybe we
let's
can
keep
put
going.
that, I mean, I don't know if he can give you other options without having to spend $16,000
Yep.
or,
And you know what? I will, he was very nice.
yeah.
Well, but I guess for $300,000.
I'll smile at you too.
You should hear me schmooze. Well, anyway,
Okay.
so, anyway, I'm just telling you that I'm looking into that.
Yep. Okay, and then you wanted to talk about for hiring lifeguards.
Yes, we are going to have a meeting in the next 2 weeks to re-up our lifeguards and have a meeting for them to bring a friend, to bring people in. We're gonna get them the swimming lessons done, their training done through the winter, so
Okay.
that they're ready to go. We're not gonna do it in May. We're gonna do it.
Is it a price per
February.
person thing, or is it,
Pardon?
is it a price per person, or is it, people come?
I don't know, but we're gonna see what we can work out, because Mrs. Min is the music teacher at school, and she is the, instructor down in Bismarck. So, and I don't know how much control she has over that, but if we were to take 6 kids, maybe there'd be something, you know.
Oh, so they're gonna head down to Bismarck, or they're doing it here?
No, they'd have to go to
Oh, they'd get
Bismarck,
one,
because
okay.
they'd have to have the water, yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah,
Yeah, it just depends when they start the training so that we're like
yeah. But I,
ahead of the
But I've talked to Jen. Jen has accepted to stay on next year. And so I said to her, well, let's run the pool kids through now and get it done with. And she said, great. So,
And did you want to put an ad in the paper, or do you
Yes.
want me?
I
Okay.
guess I have to ask permission for the ad.
And then, I mean, I can, so I'll motion to have, to advertise for lifeguards in the paper and at the school, for hiring lifeguards for next spring.
And what's happening in Washburn. You know, the paper is almost a waste of our money, but there's things we have to do. We also, have to get busy and get some bids in for our plumbing.
What was the time frame last year, I recall, I don't remember, when we started posting for lifeguards and stuff, you remember?
Probably February or March.
May.
Okay.
Well,
but
we
no,
started-
getting them signed up,
Yeah.
like we.
We started in January,
Is that something you want to?
And then we just
Advertising.
never got anybody until, what,
Right.
April, May?
April.
Yeah,
And
so,
Then we kinda turned the heat on
and
and,
maybe we just advertise to begin with on Facebook at the school, and then as we get, I mean, maybe we don't do it every month with the newspaper, like, do you wanna do one right now with the newspaper and then wait? And just
I think we want to see what kind of turnout we get at the school and see if we have to go any
I would
deeper
reach
than
out
that.
to the schools.
Because I can have Sherry put that
Actually-
in the, announcement.
Yep.
You could reach out to Wilton and Underwood and Turtle Lake as well.
You know what, and why don't we make it a night, Lynette, that you could come after school for 20 minutes? I'm
Oh,
not
to
going
meet
to
with the
keep
kids,
those
you mean?
kids a long time, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just, I'll move to
They might even
contact-
let us use some Cardinal time.
Yeah, if they could read announcements to the kids or something. Because, I mean, the announcements, I know as an employee, I get the announcements from Sherry, but I don't know if teachers read the announcements to the kids. I don't even know if they see the announcements. I mean, I think parents can see them in Power School,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if people actually go looking for that.
What's the cardinal time? Is it the?
So for the high school, it's where they go the last 20 minutes of the day, half hour to, if I need to go to the English teacher, I can go to the English teacher.
Oh, okay.
Or, you know, and they do different
This
things.
is a form of communication for the, okay.
Yeah.
It's more like, they got rid of study hall, so instead of doing study hall at cardinal time, this group of kids goes to this teacher, this, you know, and then if you need to go to other teachers for help, then everybody's got open the last half hour of the day.
And you know, one day last week, they had a special, day, and I taught the kids, they had brochures, and I taught them peer pressure. You know, I didn't teach them peer pressure, but I kind of oversaw them talking about peer pressure. And it was pretty interesting how strongly those kids felt about some of the harm that comes to kids through peer pressure, so.
Okay, so my motion will be, I move to contact the local schools and advertise on Facebook for lifeguard positions.
Yep,
I'll second that. To give you the go-ahead, do that.
And then we just want to vote, or is there any discussion?
Vote.
all in favor?
Aye.
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 Can't find my.
Did you want to vote, Judy?
Yes, I said aye.
I said it, thank you.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for my. Okay, somebody tell me what's next on the agenda, because I can't find my agenda.
Community garden.
Yeah, is there anything update?
Community garden,
What do you know?
is the dirt spread or anything?
Yep.
Okay, how about the fencing? Can we get that fencing done?
As soon as I put the fence posts in the ground,
Oh, okay.
but it was.
It's been too cold, I know.
There was snow out there the other day when I spread.
No kidding.
I
But
haven't messed
going
with that.
forward, do you suppose if there's like 10 days of nice weather, you could have that ready to go? That would be great. Do you want some
Still
help?
gotta lock up Chris Chespick to put the curb stop in and stuff for next spring.
You know what, I had a call into him, I've left
I
a
seen
message.
him, I see him more than I'll pin him down.
Okay. Tell him it's gotta go in his,
Right away.
yeah,
I wanna be first on the list.
yeah. You see him at the store
I
occasionally
see
then?
him out and about.
Okay, I don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, Judy, did you want to see mine?
I had my time though. Plumbing stalls in the bathroom
Oh, yeah, we didn't talk about that.
and the cabinet and counter for the office is just, the lady is gonna come with me when I have a key to get into the pool.
I'll get you a key tomorrow.
And I will take that air compressor out and put it in my downstairs.
It's a power washer.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah, I think, so we went through,
Mark appealed.
yeah.
Your appeal, Mark, what do you want to say about it?
I contacted the city today, and they said the paperwork went to the municipal judge, and so I'm just waiting to hear from him to.
What are you complaining about?
That when you guys made a motion to, transfer that land over, you guys should have followed the guidelines from the,
Turn what
Century
land
Code.
over?
Well, and I
On that
kind
quick
of looked
claim.
at, like, the century code that you listed in there, and
Yeah.
it was very vague and open-ended, and I had no idea what here or there, it was very
Well,
vague
It
and
was-
generalized.
it was stated to the park board that because we weren't using it, that the city could come back and take it over, which that isn't true because that property is all being used for public use.
Yeah,
So-
but I mean, the fact that we felt it should go to the city, so that's
Yeah.
what Kelly just made a motion to
We-
deed it.
We
It's
were
not that
very
we-
happy to give that city,
Yeah.
that land.
So, and, yeah, okay.
That's fine.
Yep, and you, okay, I'll just put that,
The
they
other one is-
contacted them, and they're
Oh,
contacting them.
in 8 months from now, we're gonna have, there'll be a new election. And then, correct?
Probably. I think
And then that's-
your 2 terms are up.
Right, and then at that election time, that's when you would, vote.
Reorganize.
Right,
Yep.
so you're supposed to do it every 2
But
years?
There's nothing in Century Code that says you can't do it yearly. There's nothing that said that. So if we make a
That's
motion
fine.
and want to do it
Well-
on a yearly basis,
Exactly, as long
you
as
can do that.
As long as you abide by your, what
You have to abide by the every election, but
Yeah,
there's
and Mark,
nothing
we
that
have
states
never
that
had
you
an
can't.
election. This is my 3rd year on the park board, and we never had an election.
So, I think we just move on.
That's fine.
You turned it into them, they turned
Yep.
it to him, so we'll keep going.
Sure, that's all I got.
So what does that mean? Are we-
It's-
Well, I
it's
hope
just-
he'll resolve the issue.
Well, I'm sure he needs minutes and he needs
Yeah, that,
testimony.
Yep.
I'm sure.
yeah. We
So-
might be
Yeah.
subpoenaing
Yeah,
a couple people to come in and,
well, he should probably talk to all of us, I
correct,
would think.
yeah,
Who is it?
I don't know.
Lauren Hunzy.
Oh, I know him. Okay, he probably won't want to talk to me.
Well,
I
it
mean,
doesn't matter,
does he know you?
it doesn't matter if he knows us. If it's a thing where it goes to like a
A-
trial
a
or
hearing.
whatever hearing, you need to gather evidence.
Okay,
Or
Right,
you need to have,
okay,
statements.
yeah,
so,
Yep.
okay, so let's keep going.
okay.
Yep.
And so, update on status agreement between city and park board from Vocal Law Office.
Okay, you wanna explain your letter?
Yeah.
Oh, no, well, okay, sure, I think that was more like, you said you were gonna get letters to the commissioners, did that go okay? You were able to get
Yeah,
the
but-
packet? But we put that on at the,
Okay,
yeah.
but, okay,
I
you
sent
wanna
a
read your
letter-
minutes?
I sent a
It says-
letter terminating our fees to Vogel Law Firm because we're not using them.
But you stated, well, you wanna read your?
Yeah, sure.
Please.
I'm writing to inform you that the Washburn Park Board will no longer require your service, as we have by vote asked no more from the city of Washburn. Should we need your services again, we will contact you at that time. We're not putting them on
A retainer.
a retainer, no.
But-
We thank you for jumping in and sorting through our shortages from the city. We now must get back to running the Parks and Recreation with regard.
But we tabled that at the last meeting, and there was no vote to send that letter out.
Is that true?
I think so.
Do you think it was tabled?
Yeah,
Yeah,
'cause he
it
was
was
gonna take
tabled.
the papers to the other commissioners.
Yeah,
'Cause he didn't believe, like, I still haven't had time to talk to Keith or Jamie, but,
yeah.
What are we doing with them?
well, he wanted us to talk to the commissioners, and then he still had papers prepared, so he gave
Okay.
packets to the commissioners. So, and then the other, well,
Okay, we'll let Judy read the minute. This is the minutes, if you wanna read right here, from there where it says Mark.
First page.
Rock read an email from Justin Hagel about the status of the powers
Sure.
agreement in Park City. Justin followed up with David Lindell on February 5th.
well, yes,
Mr. Lindell expressed that he didn't feel the agreement was necessary. We have been receiving monthly checks from the city. Justin Hagel and the Park Board can contact the city commissioners to give them an update. Mark moved to have Lynette and Judy contact the city commissioners about a joint powers agreement. We
And I did.
decided, we canceled the joint powers agreement.
No. we didn't.
no, so I contacted 3 of the commissioners.
Okay.
He said I didn't,
Well,
and
I
I
handed
will
each-
talk to Keith.
that's fine.
Because I don't like being somebody saying that I didn't do something. I spoke to Keith on the phone, I spoke to Jamie in person, and I also talked to Tim Docker. He gave me his opinion as well.
Okay.
So, anyways, but yes, so, but I don't see anything wrong with Judy just saying, if we need you, like, if the commissioners tell you,
But there
yeah,
was
we'll
no-
sign it, then we contact them and
but she went,
Yes, but guess what? You've done multiple things where there's been no vote or a vote
there's no
after
reason
the
to get
fact.
upset about this.
Let's
Well,
just
Mark-
Lynette,
Mark.
I was attacked at the, Tim Doctor pointed me out at the last meeting, and you guys all sat there and let him
Mark-
accuse me of something.
Accuse you of what?
You are your own worst enemy.
Accuse you of
I'm
what?
bringing up
What did
because
he accuse
Judy,
you of?
wait,
What did he accuse you of? You didn't finish.
of being a stumbling block to try to work things out through the city. I have done things.
I never
And-
heard that stumbling block. I never heard
Okay,
that.
so let's just, and the
Okay,
thing is,
can-
Justin
can
Hagel
I
is
talk?
moving on. He sent that email that he is moving on, and I, like, if we need him, like Judy had said in the letter, if we need him, we will contact them again, which we'll have to contact his associate. But at this point, I don't think we need to keep spending taxpayer money on the lawyer. All it is wasting money.
Okay, can we go back to this? Because
That
we
was
did,
September, right?
correct, we did, and that's all I'm asking, is that we follow what we voted on,
And we did. I contacted 3 of the commissioners,
okay?
and we already know where Larry stands because he was in contact with David Lindell, correct?
And he, okay, can I speak? Okay, Larry and David Lindell sat on the powers agreement for 5 months and didn't share it with any of the other commissioners, correct?
That's what
So,
you're telling me.
and you might have
Who
talked,
told you that?
it's common knowledge,
It's common knowledge,
because,
not to me.
Well, he is
Because-
now talked to Keith and Jamie, and did you say Don?
and Don Simon.
Okay, so,
And-
and they said they
Yep.
didn't see
And,
it.
and you might have talked to them,
Yes,
but they had not seen
okay.
the,
So instead
The
of doing
paperwork.
that in September, instead of trying to put it on us to contact them when we didn't have any paperwork, it should have been back in September, you should have had the packets and just at that point taking and given it to them. Because it's like in the next month, then Justin said it was okay to give them stuff.
right, I let you and Judy, so there wouldn't be no conflict, to contact the commissioners, to give them the
But we didn't have paper.
joint, yeah, it was sent out to, everyone had copies of it.
No.
We probably have an email.
There's what I'm
Yeah,
gonna tell you,
it's-
Mark. No, we didn't.
Well,
I don't have a
no.
joint
Yeah,
powers agreement.
that's where I got the copies, because
Okay.
it was sent out to everyone.
Well, once again, it wasn't specified that you wanted me to actually hand them a piece of paper. That would have been a great clarification. It said, talk to them. And I guarantee, because I recorded it, so what did I write there? Move to talk to the city commissioners.
To contact,
Contact.
not to talk, to contact them. Okay,
So I am done with this.
What page is
I
that?
have
That's fine.
Awanas.
no, that's
We are
fine.
going to move on. So now
What
the
page
other
is
thing
that?
I have to bring up,
Mark, what page was that one on?
September 13th, I believe.
Yeah.
So now the other
I'm
thing.
just following up on,
Yes, and I think we just need to keep going
okay,
instead of going
But-
back and forth. The only thing I need to bring up is the city contacted me today to ask if we knew as a park board that you are asking, requesting to be on the city commission agenda for the 13th. So once again, we're back to, we've talked about this. We don't want one person from the park board going to a city commission meeting without the knowledge of the rest of the board.
Did you ask us if you could go?
no, I didn't, because I have a right to do it.
No, you
No.
have, you're a board.
We
You don't
voted
have-
that
you
Lynette
are-
would be
I
the
couldn't-
spokesperson
You
for the
cannot
city.
go, you
No.
cannot go to the city on
Yes, I
park
can.
board business without
What
the
are you
rest
going
of the
to- what are
board
you going to
knowing.
the city for?
To ask them if they had a chance to look at the powers agreement.
But that's
And
the,
the fish cleaning station contracts from back then, when?
That's,
I've heard it all.
I know,
I've heard it all,
So,
man.
but-
So you don't throw Century Code out no more, because you've been wrong for a long time.
no, I haven't.
Yeah, you have. You haven't even been under oath. You shouldn't even be sitting in this meeting now.
That's right.
You shouldn't have been in the last one. You shouldn't have been in the one in the last 3 years. Mark, you need to stop.
No,
Judy's right. You are your own worst enemy.
well,
I'm afraid
and I will
not.
contact,
I'm afraid you
because,
are.
because,
I'm afraid not, because there was a law broken.
Yeah, you!
No,
You don't get to make an executive decision when the board said $1,000 and you go spend $3,500. You don't get that right. That's a board-approved thing that needs to be done, and you didn't do it. You broke the law.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Well,
You didn't, you
All
know.
right.
No, I didn't,
Stop
because I
it.
could prove it.
Yeah, well, I can prove you broke into the frickin' pool too, because you don't have a key. Trespassing on private property.
I'm a park board.
You were not a park board member, you hadn't sworn an oath yet. So I'll expect that you'll fix this
Sure.
after you broke into my pool.
Oh, it's your
Judy,
pool.
I'm done. Do something with that.
Yeah.
Something legal should be done with that.
Yeah, it will
It
be.
should have been done now.
It will be in front of a judge.
Okay,
Well, here's the deal. We've made it clear in past meetings that we don't want you coming down to the city.
nope,
I didn't come down to the.
No, you did that one time. You called the cops on the girls.
yep,
No,
okay,
I
yeah.
asked,
You asked the cops to come back down with you. So
To turn
I
in
can,
my
I can
paperwork.
drop anything off that you need at the office.
yep.
And they did say, Chelsea did tell me that you've been emailing them and not coming in. So, thank
Sure.
you, yes, thank you for that. But you can't go on park board business without the authorization of the whole board.
Yeah.
Where do you, this is not your company, this is not your business.
Okay.
It is a board, a
I'm
city
following
board.
up on
Okay, but
here
then
to
ask,
make sure.
email everybody and say, guys,
You're not.
here's
That's fine.
common courtesy. You talked about this a couple months ago, common courtesy. You passed out all those papers, and
Mhm.
now you want to check in, email all of us and say, I want to go to the meeting to find out and follow up on this. Why is that hard? Why should I have to hear about it from the city to say, guess what, did Mark tell you guys about this? And, no, it's
Can I
gotta-
give you my
No,
reason?
I'm not done talking.
That's fine. I'm just saying.
So, we need to have some unification.
Mhm.
So if you want something done, please speak to us, email us, send a text saying, this is what I would like to see happen. And then we have our meeting before their meeting. So, yes, we can make a motion to say, same thing, city commission, they made a motion to have Tim come talk to us. Tim didn't just come to us of his own, I'm gonna go show up at their meeting as a city commission member. He didn't. He got authorization from his board. So that's what needs to start happening. You are a board member. You are elected by the community along with the rest of us.
And
So it would be super courteous to start informing us of what's going on. So that's great. You want to, does anybody have a problem with him going to the meeting to follow up on that?
I don't, personally, but as long as you keep, not gonna have anything else, keep cordial and stuff like that, but, that's what I also.
But what are you going for?
The joint powers agreement to see
Yeah.
what they think.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you.
because
you
it was,
could- yep.
okay, can I speak now? Okay, I feel that ever since we got an attorney, Mr. Vogel, it's been stepped on for us not to do anything with him. You guys haven't listened to his advice. I mean, you haven't.
We haven't gotten any advice.
No, but it's,
No.
and it's
I'm
advice.
sorry, can
It's
I
advice.
finish?
We
No,
don't
you
have to
can't,
take it.
because you're saying our advice, we never heard from him.
But Judy,
He
I have-
finally wrote us one email and said, since I have heard from people on the park board, I thought I should let the entire board know.
Mhm.
He was letting you know, and you said nothing. We never got anything from you, Mark, nothing.
Because I didn't reply to anything, but
Never mind, Mark.
But the mayor
You're
and
just
David
naughty.
Lindell were sitting on information and they wouldn't correspond back with him. Correct?
Yep, and we've established that, and we gotta keep going. So,
I'm trying to get
does
closure so we can
somebody-
move forward.
does somebody want to make a motion?
I'm not comfortable letting Mark speak at the park board on my behalf
You mean at the commission?
at the commission, yeah. I thought we had Lynette taking care of that, and
Well, I
Mark, you didn't ask us if you could go, you've made plans to go, and I'm not gonna, I have so many things that you just took in your own hands that I have put in a
Well,
file.
But Judy, just like you sending out that letter to Vogel,
I did it because we agreed to it at the meeting before.
no, we didn't. There was no vote, we didn't even
we didn't
discuss
vote
it.
to discontinue his service.
Well,
I
on
don't
my
think.
notes, I wrote send letter.
I think we're all in agreement there, that was
And guess what,
tabled.
we all make mistakes.
There
We're
we go.
gonna stop with this back and forth.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Fine.
stop. So,
I would like to
But,
go forward
Mark, it's time
and,
we no longer pay for an attorney. It is time, we're the park board,
You
for
know why?
goodness sakes.
because I was being, as soon as we got an attorney, and I was being attacked by the city and by park board members for bringing this up. I was.
Because you
And
did
then
it on
that's
your own.
that's why I wanted an attorney, so I could step away from it. Because I didn't want to be involved in it anymore. Is that correct? Huh?
Not even close.
well, and I think we didn't give the city long enough to give us a counter. We sent them paperwork, and then once they heard we had a lawyer, they didn't respond back because we had a lawyer.
Yep.
So we kind of moved, I think, too prematurely to getting a lawyer, because we didn't give them time to respond back with what they would have given us. So, I think at this point,
As far as moving forward, I mean, maybe we can just, like I said, I guess keep it the way it is. Now, you know, in the previous, we've had Lynette being able to go as a kind of our spokesperson.
Yeah.
I guess just maintain that.
Yeah.
Moving
If
forward.
Lynette, if you want to
well,
come
I'm
to
not
the
going,
meeting.
I can't. Monday, I'm busy.
Okay.
I'm booked after school, my daughter has a game, no.
So what's so
So
important that we have to
if
be
the
there?
commissioners say we're not for this, powers
Yeah, and
agreement, then
I
it's
don't
over.
know, do they have it on the agenda, or have they talked about it?
I don't know. They don't finalize the agenda till Friday.
Okay.
So I don't know if I'm even on the agenda.
Well,
Okay.
and they contacted me to say, that's the thing, we've talked about this, where we don't want any one of us just going to,
Right.
in the park board, you can go as a citizen.
Mark, this
Great,
is the
but-
last time I'm gonna sit in a meeting and listen to you say, wait a minute, let me
Okay,
just say this. Let me just say this. You're not taking over this meeting, Mark. You're not gonna overtake this meeting.
I'm not.
So, I
I'm
mean,
letting you run the meeting.
so Judy, can we?
But you have to talk.
Yeah, can we just keep
Yeah.
keep
Board.
going? So,
Okay.
I mean, unless we authorize you to go as a park board representative, we shouldn't be asking to be on the city
Right.
commission
Yep.
until you've gotten some sort of authorization. We can have a special meeting quick to say, we'll make a motion for somebody to go. Because you would still need somebody to authorize me to go. Like, it's not, I just come to drop stuff off at the city. I'm not, like, that's when we talked about, that's where I'm gonna be the liaison between us and the city. But all of us would still have to authorize any one of us to go to a city commission meeting and speak for the park board. That's just how it is. So,
In 6 months, I received one email from Justin Hagel. And that's when he said, I think I should let everybody know. Did you feel you didn't have to let us know? You did feel you didn't have to let us know?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Well, he would email you, but you did not email us.
No, he started emailing everyone, not just
after we
emailing
brought
me.
it up, that we
Yeah.
weren't in the loop.
Yeah, and that was like
So,
8 months ago.
Can we, Judy, can we keep
Yeah.
going? Because it is,
Yeah,
it
let's
is
go.
past 6:30.
Okay, member appointments, I'm gonna have to hold that off for another one, and the letter to the attorney. So do you want me to send another letter reneging and saying we want the attorney? We're just here.
Okay, so do we need anything, okay, so Mark
You-
delivered papers to the city commissioners. That's where the status of the agreement is. I mean, I don't know, Brock, would you have time Monday night to go to see if they have an answer, or?
This upcoming Monday?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
the
fine.
13th. I mean,
If I have to do it, I gotta do it, it's fine, I mean.
well, and I mean, if the two of you want to go together, I mean,
I mean, if they wanna put me up there, I can.
That would be great.
I appreciate it.
They haven't had a meeting yet, though?
it's
On
the
Monday.
13th.
The 13th, okay.
Yeah, it's Monday. So I'll make a motion, for Brock and Mark to
And I'll second it.
represent the park at the city commission meeting,
And they're asking about the
The
joint powers.
agreement.
okay, and Judy second. And I will let them know that we made a motion and agreed on
Okay,
that.
You said they haven't come out with their agenda yet?
Do we need to,
Yep.
he said Friday, the
Okay.
agenda will, I'll.
Friday at noon is when they.
Okay, so Judy, we need to vote.
okay. All those in favor of Brock attending the meeting, say aye.
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 Thanks,
Okay.
Brock.
Okay, let's see, can I keep the agenda there? So, because I have stuff written on it.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, there's yours, minute.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
mean.
yeah, yeah.
I just got it out by the time.
Okay, so are we just going, do we want to go through, so shop store update, mine had writing.
Well,
Yes, it is.
And I mean, Chris is here,
yeah, Chris
so,
left, so.
okay. And ice skating rink, I just put that on there, I didn't know if there was, is there any more interest, or do we table it for another month?
Was it, Kelly wanted to, kind of, I don't want to say spearhead, now, but she had one more information on this, on the ice rink, wasn't she?
She wanted more info?
No.
Okay.
You know
Well, I
what?
guess we could,
We have to put up a blockade, and I think Chris would do that for us.
So-
Because of the sand on the volleyball blowing onto the skating rink makes it impossible to skate. What does it take, and who does the skating rink?
or was that something Washburn Life was going to take care of? Or did they want us to take care of it?
I just brought it up to the park board because it was told that you owned the land.
Yeah. I don't think the Washburn Life is gonna do anything with the skating rink.
No? Okay. Okay, well, maybe we wait.
What about
Okay,
the
what-
dog park? Are you gonna have a doings at the dog park?
Yep, we're gonna have an indoor event.
Did you do the
We are
event?
We're
having
talking-
a dog park meeting November 14th after the Washburn Life meeting.
Okay,
So,
well,
did
if-
the thing in October happen, the 14th?
No, we decided to cancel that because of the weather and the hunting season.
well, I was ready to go to that, so.
Okay, so the one thing I did want to talk about was the possible YouTube.
Okay,
Yeah.
park board YouTube
Um,
channel.
So since they're recording, it didn't sound like Chelsea was going to, other than send it to us. She said, you know, the city must have their own YouTube channel where they eventually upload it.
Mhm.
And I mean, I don't think our things need to be live because one of them would have to be here, I would assume, to
Yeah.
Yep.
administer that. So that's what I don't know if we want to just create a Washburn Park District YouTube channel to upload our,
Is it pretty easy to do that kind of stuff, or?
Yeah. I'll make a motion that we look into that, to just have it uploaded on YouTube, so if somebody wants to watch it.
yep.
Which
Well,
would
or
be-
look into,
They
or.
have to be pretty bored. They'd have to be
So,
pretty bored.
Look into it, or just, we can go
No,
ahead with
to
it?
do it,
Okay, move
to follow through
to
and post it.
Okay. We're gonna vote on
post
that?
our, and
Need a
I'll
second.
second. Move, okay, I'm gonna just move to post our meeting,
On YouTube.
our
Monthly meeting, yeah.
What is, video?
Yep. Via YouTube.
Being recording, or,
Okay.
is this something, who's gonna follow through with this as far as actually doing that?
Well, I can look into it, I mean, I'm not very tech savvy.
I'm like, I don't wanna.
You either?
No.
Okay,
Well,
and maybe I can look into.
I think if we just present our meeting minutes to Chelsea, and then that'll give her the go-ahead to go ahead and do it.
Well, I don't think she wants to just take care of it for us, that's not her.
Oh, okay.
That's-
I didn't know,
And maybe she could, if we
because
created
they'd
the
have to
use-
take it from here and
Yeah,
just,
and I mean, maybe it
And I
would
would
be
think
easy
there's
enough.
a charge.
We have to use their camera up there, I'm assuming?
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Everything in here gets recorded no matter what.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
so what she did is, I think, just went and cut our meeting, and then she said she sent it to us, she said something about it came in 3 chunks. I don't know, she sent an email.
That was okay.
And I haven't had time to look in and see how it works, but, I mean, I can look into it. I mean, Mrs. Hoff I work with her, she'd probably know quite a bit about.
Or, one of your kids could.
Sure, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so do we need to vote?
Yes,
Aye.
Aye.
I,
Okay.
and I'm gonna tell you that the simple fact that we're willing to go out there and let people watch, I think that's great. And actually, if you wanna know, I feel like we've been so volatile and it's been such a tough year that I think that if we could get some public support, I think we really should consider that splash pad.
Mhm.
Real fast, so we're tabling the shop, garage door update, or, I mean, trying to next,
It hasn't
Well,
been
you're
fixed yet. I
So-
drove by it
Oh,
today.
Okay.
so yeah, it's still
Okay.
incoming, so there was really nothing.